G'day, and welcome yourselves back to another video. Now, if you haven't seen my last video, this is a further installment dedicated towards aircraft. And I will say, that video was scheduled, and over the weekend I have been in the hospital. In fact, I spent most of Friday night, early Saturday morning in the hospital, and yesterday I spent the day recovering. However, I did play Minecraft for 15 hours, so yeah, I know. Probably not the best way to recover, but hey, stress of creepers and whatever. Speaking of creepers, this ME262 here, what a beautiful machine. And that brings me on to today's vehicle, or today's sort of video. War Thunder is a fantastic game that gives us a platform to explore many types of vehicles, and as an aircraft man first and foremost, the tank video I did the other day was put up rather poorly. However, it is what it is, and being a qualified aircraft maintenance engineer by trade, I can tell you that I much prefer aircraft over any other transport or vehicle. So, what's this video going to be about? Well, it's quite self-explanatory. Alright, we're going to get into a list of 10 vehicles. They are not in any particular order, but they are stuff that I am interested in, and I've been particularly picky because it's really hard for me to condense everything into a list of 10. I don't know how I can put that into words. As someone who loves aircraft and would want absolutely everything, it was basically impossible. Here we go. Let's get straight into it. First up is the Flapjack, or the Pancake as I like to call it, the Vort F8 Primarily nicknamed the Flying Flapjack, it was an experimental US Navy fighter designed by Charles H. Zimmerman during World War II. Its design consists of a flat, somewhat disc-shaped body, and, well, basically it serves as its only lifting surface. With two piston engines buried in the body, drove really large propellers located on the leading edge at the wingtips. And it is a flying wing. Why is this thing particularly interesting? I don't know. It did have a planned version to have actual armament in some sort of capacity. However, I don't know that it was ever planned. There is another version of it which could have guns, but it'd still be interesting to see as an event vehicle in War Thunder. The next aircraft on the list is the Blackburn Buccaneer, essentially a carrier-capable attack aircraft designed in the 1950s. Basically, they made 211 of them. First flight was 1958. They were retired in 1994. They had a whole consistency of armament. They could fold their wings up, a whole heap of different things. There were several different variants, but the main point you should know, armament, 4 underwing pylons for up to 4,000 pounds of bombs, 4 Mantra rocket pods, missiles to AIM-9B Sidewinders. You can also get the Martel missiles or 4 Sea Eagle missiles. Bombs, you got your unguided bombs, your laser-guided bombs, tactical nuclear bomb. Although that's not going to be ever in War Thunder, but still it's quite particularly interesting. The next is an aircraft which I consider very strange. It is prototypey, and I know many of you are opposed to prototypes. This is the I-250. Now, the European Canada did a video on this one. There's actually a user mission which you can play for War Thunder, so I'll just flash up a quick thing of that. Essentially, what it is a Soviet fighter aircraft developed in 1944 to basically counter the German 262s. Literally it. And I know we got the B1, but this is certainly something that is quite interesting. Why? 820 kilometers per hour straight line, range is 790 kilometers, 320mm B20 autocannons, 160 rounds each, and essentially it's a fucking crazy design, and I'd like to see it in War Thunder. Now, I could have talked about Su-25 or some other Russian prototype thing, but in fact, it has been spotted before that there is certain types of aircraft that you can find occasionally. I did a video a couple of years ago where a deviant artist actually leaked some models that they were making. I don't know whether they were specifically for War Thunder, although everyone has speculated that, considering that they had made the J6K, a bunch of other Japanese aircraft, including the T2 models, and they'd been implemented at a game. And this is a direct grab from that particular thing. As you can see here, that's a Vort F8 Crusader. Again, it'd be rather fitting in War Thunder, probably a few patches ago. It can hold AIM-9Bs, or if you really fancy the Mantra Magics for the French Navy, 2 AGM-12 bullpup air-to-surface missiles, a whole heap of bombs, and it also comes with 4 20mm cannons, mind you. So, maximum speed of 1,066 knots, or 1,227 miles, or basically 1,974 kilometers. So there you go. Now, it wouldn't be an Ash video without inserting some form of Australian aircraft or Australian stuff. So here we go. Here's that bit of dabbling in that regard. This is the CA-15 Kangaroo. It's a fighter aircraft developed from a Mustang. And it was a really strange aircraft. First flight was 4th of March 1946. And what you have is a Rolls-Royce Griffin V12 shoved in the front of a Mustang. Essentially, you get a widened fuselage, a bigger canopy, and just a whole host of other things. It is an absolute chonky bastard, armed with nothing but 50 calibers and 12.7 machine guns, 6 of which rockets, provisions for 10 rockets, and bombs, 2 1,000-pound bombs. Would this thing be useful to War Thunder? Probably not, but I damn sure want it in the game eventually. Gajan, please? Enough whining and whinging, it may as well turn into a CSE Sabre at this rate. Anyway, the next vehicle on the list is the Ryan FR Fireball. Essentially what you get is a mixed power fighter aircraft designed for the United States during World War II. It was the Navy's first jet engine aircraft. Only 66 aircraft were built before Japan surrendered in 1945. However, it was retired in 1947, top speed of 686 kilometers an hour, 2 power plants, that being a 9-cylinder air-cooled radial piston engine and a General Electric J31GE centrifugal turboflow. Planned armament was 4 50 caliber machine guns, rockets of 8 5-inch 127mm, and 2 1,000-pound bombs. But again, dual engine. Fascinating aircraft it is. Let me know what your list of 5 aircraft would be that you'd like to see added to War Thunder. Anything and everything is available, even prototypes and whatever. Go let me know in the comments below. The next aircraft are going to be quickfire. You've got the Avro Canuck. This is a fantastic all-weather interceptor with a whole heap of armament, similar to the F-89. You've then got the Italian float plane bomber, which I think we need more of in War Thunder. Honestly, this thing should have been added long ago. And last but not least, we have the evolution process of the P-40, or XP-40Q2. Looks interesting, does it not? And while I could go on about hundreds of Australian aircraft, and probably thousands of other types of different aircraft, I've settled on number 10 to be the SRA-1, also known as the Saunders Roe SRA-1. Example being that it was a flying boat fighter aircraft designed by the British sea manufacturer Saunders Roe. It was the first jet-propelled water-based aircraft in the world, with a top speed of 849 kilometers an hour and an armament of 4 20mm cannons and 8 rockets, also 2,000 pounds of bombs. It is completely and utterly batshit crazy, which is why I'd like to see it in War Thunder. Anyway, that's my list of 10 aircraft. Let me know if I've missed anything in the comments down below. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye!